Right, let us start with the urgent question. Yvette Cooper, Shadow Secretary.
Home Secretary to make a statement on migration.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The continued rise of dangerous channel crossings is completely unacceptable. This phenomenon is not only a clear abuse of our immigration laws and deeply unfair on the British people, but it puts the lives of those who attempt these journeys in grave danger. This government is determined to put the people smugglers out of business and to make this route unviable. This week, my right honourable friend, the Home Secretary, met her counterpart, Minister Darmanin, to agree a new multi-year strategic and operational plan with France. This will be supported by UK investment of up to €72 million in 2022-23. It includes a 40% uplift in UK-funded officers patrolling the French coast over the coming months, improved security at ports, cutting-edge surveillance technology, drones, detection dog teams and CCTV to help detect and prevent these crossings. For the first time, reciprocal teams of embedded officers will be deployed on the ground in control rooms to increase the joint understanding of this issue. This renewed partnership will enable us to build on our joint partnership with France, which so far has seen good progress, with more than 30,000 illegal crossings prevented since the start of the year, hundreds of arrests made and 21 organised crime gangs dismantled. Beyond our ever closer collaboration with France, we will also work closely with other international partners, including further upstream, to help address issues closer to their source. The UK will be joining near neighbours to countries to agree collective action to tackle illegal migration. And my right honourable friend, the Home Secretary, is today discussing these issues at the G7 Interiors Ministers meeting in Germany. These are issues of the utmost seriousness, and they've been discussed at Prime Ministerial level. We're taking action to deter those intent on exploiting the UK's generosity by implementing the Nationality and Borders Act, pursuing migration partnerships with safe countries like Rwanda, cracking down on those here illegally, and expediting returns agreements. Mr. Speaker, there should be no doubt whatsoever about the government's determination to grip this problem and deliver the strong and secure borders that the British people desperately want and deserve.
Shadow Home Secretary Yvette.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. 27 lives were lost in the Channel a year ago, and a criminal gang was profited from sending the people to their deaths. Can you tell us whether anyone has been prosecuted or convicted for that awful event? We have long called for a stronger agreement with France to stop these dangerous boat crossings, and that's why it's important there is scrutiny on this. Additional beach patrols are welcome, and the intelligence sharing is clearly vital. It's unfathomable it wasn't happening already, but the level of convictions is pitiful. Just 4 a month on average. He said that 21 gangs had been dismantled. On Monday, the Home Secretary said it was 55. Which is it when journalists report 100 gang members operating in one small corner of Calais alone? The scale of response to these criminal gangs is tiny compared to the scale of the challenge, and the government is simply not doing enough. This is a multi-million-pound criminal industry that is putting lives at risk. So can he tell us, on the joint intelligence cell that he referred to, how many NCA officers are currently involved, how many are deployed in Europe, and what will it increase by? Because we need to know. This doesn't include anything on safe returns or safe family reunion. The number of children safely reuniting with family has plummeted since the end of the Dublin Agreement. Charities warned they're trying to go by boat instead, whilst asylum returns have plummeted from 1,000 people returned to the EU in 2010 to a tiny handful today, and of the 16,000 referred to the third country unit, just 21 referred. So, did ministers even try to get an agreement on returns and family reunion, If not, why not? What is his timescale for getting a grip on the total collapse in Home Office decisions on asylum? At what point will they double so we get a faster pace? And the consequence, the way the Home Office is handling local authorities has been disgraceful, with many of them not being told what is happening. And finally, can he tell us what is the 140 million on the Rwanda agreement actually been spent on? Too often, this Home Office talks about things but isn't delivering. It's too important.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I'm pleased that the Right Honourable Lady welcomes our agreement with France. And she's right to raise the anniversary of the tragic and abhorrent deaths that occurred in the Channel 1 year ago. I'm pleased to say that a concerted effort with partners across Europe has led to arrests, has led to the disruption of gangs and to the capture and destruction of boats directly as a result of that. And the good working that our intelligence services did with respect to that incident is now being rolled out with respect to other criminal gangs right across Europe. The agreement that we've reached with France will enable our world-class intelligence services now to be directly in the room with their French counterparts, ensuring that the intelligence that they're gathering, which is very rich, and I've observed myself on visiting the clandestine command in Dover, is now able to be passed on in real time to their French counterparts, ensuring that more crossings are stopped, more arrests are made, and more criminal gangs are disrupted. And I think that will make a very positive impact in the months to come. But I would politely point out to the Right Honourable Lady that she is becoming like a broken record when it comes to immigration. She opposes everything helpful that we on this side have done, and she suggests nothing useful. She voted against the Nationality and Borders Act that created deterrence for people crossing the Channel. She voted against measures that would have increased sentences for people smugglers. She would scrap our world-leading migration partnership with Rwanda. She voted against our plans to remove dangerous foreign national offenders. And one of the key policy platforms upon which her leader, the leader of the opposition, stood for the leadership of the Labour Party, is to close down our immigration removal centres. The very centres where we house people like foreign national offenders, like murderers, like rapists, as we're trying to get them out of the country. The truth is that the party opposite is the party of uncontrolled migration. It's the party of mass migration. We understand the instincts of the British people, and my right honourable friend, the Home Secretary, and I will do everything to ensure that their will is implemented and we secure our borders.